Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and this time I'm going to be focusing on a new feature in UNDAWN, the gene crafting, recombination, and transcription. These are the three new features that you can make use of to increase your rating. So this video is going to revolve around how to make a good gene, what are the steps to it, and how do you recombine it. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the first very common mistake that I've noticed people make is that they use the quick add feature, which basically adds whatever random resources that are available, and by doing so it will spend the level like the resources that are required for level 80 when you're crafting your gun. So it's better to manually add whatever resources that are not very useful to you, instead of letting the quick add button do its thing and add the wrong resources and then you run out of them. So do not use this button, manually add resources. There's another thing that a lot of people are still unaware of, and it's called the gene synergy level buff. The details on it can be seen in the gene transcription section, and what it says is that all 4 of your genes that you've crafted, if they have 5 or more additional stats, the synergy level of your gene is going to increase. So for example, if all 4 of your genes have at least 5 stats, you will obtain a bonus of level 1 stat, and if all 4 of your genes have 6 additional stats, your synergy level is gonna reach level 2, and it keeps going on and on. Another common mistake that is made when it comes to gene crafting is that players craft 1 gene at a time, which is something I would not recommend. It's better to craft 3 or 4 genes at once, which is if you have enough material for it, which I think is something you should do before you even go to crafting your gene. Have enough material and craft 3 to 4 genes at a time. And the reason why I say that is because it increases your chances of getting a gene with a better rating, much higher stats, better stats, even purple stats if you're lucky. So do craft 3 to 4 genes at a time, not 1. Another benefit you're getting off of crafting several genes at once is that all of the extra genes that you've made, you can basically use them to recombine and make a new gene, which is something I'm going to get to next, how recombination works. And so the most important thing that you need to remember when it comes to gene recombination is that whenever you're recombining genes, you need to make sure that the one gene which has better rating, better stats, is always kept at the top, because the gene at the top is the gene that you're not going to lose. The gene at the bottom that you're going to lose anyway, even if you obtain new stats that are good or bad, it doesn't matter. You're losing the gene that is kept at the bottom and you're keeping the gene that is at the top. That brings me to the next most important point in regards to gene recombination, which is to always make sure that you're recombining 2 genes that have equal number of additional stats. Now let's take an example. If gene number 1 that I'm wanting to recombine has 4 additional stats, the gene number 2 also needs to have 4 additional stats. That way it's gonna increase basically the chances of me getting a gene out of them that has a better rating than both of them. And another thing that you also need to make sure of is that both the genes that you're initially recombining, they do not have the same stats as the other.